This is what I'm talking about. Look at these wonderful. You can't get this anywhere else.
You ever have one of those weeks where just like it feels like nothing goes right? That's been my experience this week. Sometimes you have a lot of plans on how you want the week to go, and it just does not go that way. You know, that's okay. I've actually been able to use some of the free time that I gained this week to reflect on life now that we've lived in Georgia for the past 3 months, and some of the unexpected, wonderful things that we learned when we moved here, and how I wish I knew that these things were coming, because the move was exciting to get here, but it would have been even more exciting to know some of these things before we got to the area. So maybe that's something you're interested in today, and we're going to talk about some of those unexpected parts of living in Georgia. The first one would be the quiet. I did not realize how much noise there was to the busyness of where we were living. It wasn't until I got here that I realized how much I needed it. So 2 moves ago, we actually lived in downtown Montgomery, Alabama, and there was a lot going on. A lot of noise, a lot of sometimes stressful situations, but you learn to cope with them and live with them. And when we moved to Central Florida, there was a drop in noise level. It was quieter than when we were living in Montgomery, and I began to hear some of that silence that I did not realize I needed. But it wasn't until we moved from there to here that I really began to hear that silence. And sometimes life requires us to get into these moments of pure silence to really hear what God has to say to us. Because the truth of the matter is, God is always talking to us, but sometimes we are drowning him out with our environments, and sometimes with the choices that we decide to include into our lives that also causes that noise to drown out the voice of God. Sometimes we need to get quiet, very quiet, in order to hear that. And it wasn't until I moved here that I realized how much I needed that quiet so I could hear God's voice and hear him speaking over my life. And this has been already just 4 months, but it has been a very healing experience for myself, and I know Kristen as well. One of the other things that I wish that I knew about before we moved here is how much outdoor activities we were actually going to be able to partake in, and this is just another one. Man, we are out here at Benton Falls. Why are you laughing? Why? Why? What's so funny?
I knew how much outdoor activity.
Hey, I didn't know how much outdoor activity.
And it's just funny how blown your mind is.
It is.
This is not a surprise.
This is a surprise to me, and I'm so glad. So if you're thinking about moving to the North Georgia area, this is what you got to look forward to. We're about to go check out a waterfall, and it's going to be awesome. My parents are here too.
This is what I'm talking about, and this is what's awesome about North Georgia.
So the third thing that I found when I moved to North Georgia was the sense of community. It is crazy how quick we plugged in. We've only lived here almost 5 months, but like within the first couple weeks, I could walk into coffee shops, different restaurants here in town, and like immediately people knew who we were and like made us feel like we were part of the community this whole entire time. So everybody's so friendly and welcoming, and we just love that, and we've missed that. So that is a huge piece of why we love living in North Georgia and why it's just so surprising, and we just love it here and love the community that we've already built. So yeah, moving to North Georgia wasn't just a change of scenery. It was the quiet, the trails, and the sense of community that we began to build here. And as you can hear the organ playing in the background here at the church, if you've ever thought about making a big change, maybe this is your time to maybe start thinking about it and take that leap of faith that maybe you didn't think you needed to take. It doesn't have to be moving to another town. Maybe it's just starting a new job or making new friends, taking a step of faith and introducing yourself to people you maybe would have never introduced yourself to before. So I encourage you guys to take that step. If you're new here, I love making content like this and connecting with you guys, and I'm on a journey to hit 100 subscribers. So if you guys would go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications, because I want you guys to be the first to know when these videos go live. Adios.